it is actually dedicated to men. And that's why I've titled this episode, Vaginas for Dummies. Today we're going to do a little bit of a true or false, yes or no kind of demonstration of how to make sure that you are properly taking care of your lady friend in the bedroom. This episode is going to be all about the vagina, the vulva, and the clitoris, how to tell the difference between all of them, and what kind of stimulation to give all of them. The first question is, what is the vagina? The vagina is literally a hole. Moving on. No, I'm totally kidding. The vagina is a complex world full of a whole bunch of nerve endings and pleasurable sensations and everything, but it is not what you think it is. This is not a vagina. This is the vagina. This is the vulva. What is the vulva? The vulva is literally everything that is not the clitoris and that is not the vagina, but it kinda is the clitoris. Now I know this is confusing, because even confusing to my womanly mind, but stay with me. This is a big one. What is the clitoris and where is the clitoris? This is the clitoris. This is not the fucking clitoris. This actually expands on the inside of a woman's body. So although you are focusing on this little button of the clitoris, there's literally like a wishbone effect that happens on the inside of the clitoris, which is some more nerves. And then there are two bulbs on the inside of the clitoris. And this is where it gets a little bit confusing as to what's the clitoris and what's the vulva, but I think that they're pretty interchangeable in that way. I could be mistaken, so don't hold me to this. But focusing on this area, the clitoris, and focusing on the vulva, to me, is where you need to start. A friend told me a long time ago, when I had my first kiss, I had asked this guy to rate me from 1 to 10, from like my first tongue kiss. And he gave me a 2. And I died on the inside. But she told me, she gave me this great advice, and she was like, kiss somebody the way that you'd want to be kissed. That is how I eat vagina. Literally, I make out with it. And I haven't had a complaint, so I'm grateful for that. But it's an intimate part of the body. So like fast moving motions and just biting, doing too much is not helpful down there. Think of the vagina as a flower. Take care of that flower. The flower is super sensitive. So if you're doing harsh movements to this flower, you might give it a sensation, but it's not going to be a sensation that either of y'all are really going for. So that's just a tip. Why should you be gentle with these lady bits? The lady bits are filled with an endless amount of nerves, whether it be the clit, the vagina, or the vulva. So you have to remember that if something has nerves, it's going to be extra sensitive. So the more light to touch you are, but intentional, and I feel bad for guys because it's hard. All vaginas are different. So any advice that I'm giving you, unless it's just anatomically, like anatomy-wise, it's gonna vary. Even anatomically, it's gonna vary. Somebody's labia majora might be bigger than their labia minora, which basically means their outer lips might be bigger than their inner lips. And yes, we have 2 different kinds of lips, and I just learned this, and you can learn that in my last video that I just posted. But with all that being said, be intentional with the vagina, because it's so sensitive, and it can feel your intention, I feel. I don't know if this is making sense because I'm a little bit tipsy, but that's my basic breakdown for what a vulva is. And hopefully with this channel, I can help untrain myself and help uncondition y'all to believe that this beautiful lady bit is a vagina as opposed to a vulva, as opposed to whatever you want to call it. But just know the vagina is literally just a small part of all of that encompasses. I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching my first episode. Thank you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Give yourself a hug for me. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and to be kind to animals.